Hey, what is up guys? My name's David, aka Desirous, and I'm bringing you the first episode of my new series called Tactical Training. Now, in this series, I'm going to be breaking down your guys' gameplay, that's right, my subscribers' gameplay, showing you guys just the kind of skill we have out there, and pointing out all the good points and the bad points in these gameplays, on hope that you guys can learn from the good and get rid of the bad. Anyway, so in this first episode, we are going to be having a sniping gameplay from my good friend and also keen subscriber David. His gamer tag is BigD117, and as you can see here, he's going to be running around the map Lockdown with a Barrett in his hands, trying to do trick shots and also just absolutely quick scoping the heck out of this team. So during this game, we are going to be pointing out different techniques that David is using during this game. I'm going to be slowing down in certain bits here, using the theatre mode to the best of my ability, and just analysing every move that he makes. So obviously, at the beginning of this gameplay, as you saw, he got the first kill from a very keen spot, obviously where the team likes to rush from, and then he's also been killed twice, unfortunately, through no fault of his own. He couldn't win that gunfight there, just purely because it was a shotgun versus sniper. But as you can see, they've taken an early loss, I should say. The other team has taken an early lead. He needs to now slow down and try and own up this team. He's still picking up the kills, he's denying kills, he's getting kills, and he's getting tags. However, this is the first key part here I want to analyse. Now, he got a hit marker on this person, however, the person then went to hide under that tunnel there. Now, a lot of you guys may think it'd be a good idea to chase that player into there and try and kill him. However, I'm going to point out to you guys now that is not what you should be doing. What you should try and do there, he has obviously got the upside on you as you are standing with no cover at all in front of you. You should try and get out of that gunfight, and the best way to do that is to shut the door, as I like to say, throw a grenade and stop that player from trying to kill you, and that's exactly what he does. If I roll the footage here now, you can see that he shoots again, throws a Semtex, hides behind that car, and picks up the kill. Now, if I go into theatre mode here, as you'll see here, David throws his Semtex. Now, the player runs back out, and he cannot avoid that Semtex. So that is a good part of the gameplay there from David. Well played, my friend. Now, moving on now, gets a nice little shot there, moves slightly around the corner to make sure he gets that first bullet, makes it count, and now he's moving upstairs. Now, this is one thing I personally don't like to do, is try and stay in buildings, especially if I'm using a sniper rifle, just purely because I haven't got the speed on the sticks, as obviously this subscriber has got. And obviously, whilst he's down this corridor, he knows where the team's going to be spawning. He knows they're spawning either at CDOM in that building that he's just got a kill from, or running around the side and killing them there. So there we go, a nice little spree there, or spray from him with that Barrett there as well. He's going to run out here, get another kill there, but unfortunately does get killed from behind with a shotgun. Again, not much you can do about that when you're running into a spawn with a sniper rifle. So now he's slowing it down again. The team has actually come back to 17 and 19, now 18 and 19 on tags, so he doesn't have to worry about the lead anymore. He can slow down a little bit, but also just try and make every kill count. Now, as you can see here as well, he's running here. He hasn't got much cover from the enemies, and this is going to be the next point where I want to point out to you guys. He's going to turn around, look down this corridor, and if I just pause it in a second here, did you hear that, guys? If you've got Astros, you probably did hear that. I'll play it again for you guys who did miss it. If you hear that crunch there, yep, that one there, that is where you can tell an enemy has just jumped off of the ramp behind him. You can hear it's behind, and let's see what David does about that. Obviously, as you see there, he picks up a quick headshot, and he actually tried to avoid that player by just running into that tunnel so he didn't die. Now, unfortunately, he does actually get killed here. Someone else jumps off there. Now, even if that player hadn't have killed him with his gun, unfortunately, David was actually not in a very good position. He would have died anyway, just purely because the van blew up anyway. So, either way, he would have died. But anyway, he's not going to let that get him down. He's got another kill. He's got another tag. He's helping his team go to victory. And he gets a nice little quick scope there again. Honestly, I can't emphasise the amount of skill this guy has on the sticks. He is a keen sniper. Maybe optic material, I honestly can't say because I've never played with optic. But quick scopes like that, even at short range, are absolutely amazing. So now he's stunned in this room. He knows there's got to be an enemy in there somewhere. And this is another mistake, unfortunately, he makes. Obviously, when the adrenaline's running, but unfortunately, he was very weak. Probably only a bullet from death as such. And he, unfortunately, misjudged the jump there and did die by jumping off the cliff. But never mind. Again, he gets back here, gets a kill. When he's about to run away, he sees someone in that corridor there. So he turns back round and kills someone through the doorway. And then he's just trying to own up this area of the map again. Fingers crossed he's going to try and kill everyone who's going to run through that kind of a church area there. That's the actual official MLG shout out there. And he knows exactly where they're going to be spawning and running to either that C building there again where he's got some kills from before, or running around to the left there in the church where there is a player on the same team. However, he sees that player has now died, so he's now watching that area there. Admittedly, he gets slightly lucky there that someone else takes that player out. Again, nice quick scope. I know I've probably said that loads of times in this video already. But now, because it's obviously a team player as well, he's now running to get those tags to help his team out and get them into an even better lead. Now, if you guys are keeping an eye on the scoreboard, obviously you'll realise that they are now 39 and 26 up, which is a good position to be in halfway through the game. And I'm fast forwarding this part of the gameplay because he only picks up one kill there, and he does run away from the fight a bit and then comes back into it. But anyway, now if you listen here as well, you'll hear there's players moving to the left of him. If I go silent here, there we go. You might have heard that if you had had your headset on, guys. If you were listening to it properly, you will have heard that player moving about in that building there. He does try and get the first shot on David. However, David's having nothing of it and kills him in that top building where all the snipers like to go, and also people are using assault rifles. Now, as I said before, when I'm sniping, I don't like to go into these buildings just purely because if you're coming into here and someone is already in here, you're going to be at a disadvantage just purely because you've got a sniper, and 9 times out of 10 they're probably going to have an assault rifle, knowing my luck at least. But he does jump out of this building now. He gets a bit unlucky here. I think he does actually get sniped when someone wasn't aiming for him. However, look at that for a payback shot. I don't think you can get much better than that, guys. And then a nice little hit marker there and a follow-up just by using that kind of a crate there for a bit of cover. But then again, that was even for both players. So now, again, still Miles in the lead. He doesn't have to worry about that. Another decision there. He probably didn't even think about it while he was playing there. But just to protect those 2 tags in order for him to be able to collect them, he does actually throw that Semtex over the tags just in case any enemies are rushing on those tags, just to make sure that he's going to make those tags his. Now, again, looking down there, unfortunately, he gets stabbed there. A bit unlucky in my opinion, but now is on to the key part of this gameplay that I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to show you a couple of images in a minute. But he runs out here and he uses these crates here to try and shoot this player. Admittedly, it takes him 4 bullets, but let's show you these pictures in detail. So this first picture here, you can see the enemy, you can see the entire enemy here from David's view. This is what he can see through his scope. You can see the entire player, and none of the enemy player is getting covered up by that wall. Even though he's trying to crouch to make his target smaller, you can still see the entire body. Now, if we move on to the enemy's view of David, if you can make out that little notch there, I'll even put an arrow above it. If you can see that little notch, that is the target that the enemy has got to shoot at. And that is because David is using one of the best head glitches in this game for people who rush down that ramp. No one is going to kill you from there unless they are one of the best snipers in this game. So just a quick tip for you guys, if you are trying to snipe from that area of the map, I honestly would recommend to use this crate here just to try and get a bit of cover behind, because it's going to be an absolute god save to you guys, I promise you that. So now this game is wrapping up now, only about a minute or so left. However, there's one last thing I do want to teach you guys. As you can see here, he is weak. Unfortunately, David does make the mistake of going back into that gunfight when he is probably 1 bullet from death. he does step back out. Originally, I thought he was actually going to leave that gunfight and leave. He walks around the corner, but he does go back into that gunfight, and unfortunately, it is another death for him. But this is a really good gameplay. It is pretty much over now, guys. He's going to run into this room and kill this enemy here, and then that is going to be the end of this game for him. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, if you guys do want to be a part of this new series, make sure you either leave me a message on Twitter or just leaving me a message on YouTube will be fine. And if you have a gameplay that you want to submit, let me know. And if you are on PS3, leave your gamertag for your PS3 and I will be happy to add you and have a quick look at your gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and until the next episode, have a nice day. Thanks for watching, guys. Now, as always, I'd really appreciate a like on this video. It did actually take me 5 hours in total just to edit out the video section of this gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Check out the 2 videos on screen now. The first is my latest episode of the DesiCraft series, and the second is my Modern Warfare 3 gameplay where I discuss kill streaks in Modern Warfare 3. And don't forget, if you are new around here, click that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter, and have a nice day.